Oh, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Christian back with another video. And today, I'm here with my friend,
Nostalgic Dave.
and today we have a little video on on something that's very dear to me. But before we start discussing this subject, I know that the last video you were not able to hear him, so I'm going to give him another chance to be able to explain his video and see if maybe he can get some support on it. Go ahead.
So apparently I only have one video. Cool.
Videos. Sorry.
I'm just teasing you, dude. So my channel kind of surrounds, as the name implies, nostalgia. Basically, mainly gaming. I mean, I do talk about a lot of philosophical or psychological things, but past that, that's pretty much it. If you like that kind of stuff, you might like the channel itself.
So tell them also real quick what type of games you've played on there. No, but I'm sorry, not what type. Sorry. Some of the games you played on there.
Well, let's see. Most notable ones. If you're going down the hoarder path, the type of nostalgic stuff would be like 5 Days a Stranger, Mario the Music Box. If you're talking about like PlayStation, Kingdom Hearts, or Nintendo, Zelda, that kind of stuff.
There we go. So for all you old school people, old school gaming people, go subscribe to him. This guy's very hardworking and he loves what he does. And you can always make sure you're going to get 100% from him. All right. So today, we're going to be talking a little bit about giving back and the outcomes and the effects of it and why it's good to give back. So I'll give him a minute or two to talk about maybe an experience that he's had, that he has in mind. Um, and then I'll go.
So giving back is a really tough topic for me to just pick out an experience for, just because for me personally, I since I abide by the golden rule, and whenever anybody just gives to me at all, I'll give back about if not an equivalent amount more. Um, I guess a good experience of this, I guess, for me would be my current girlfriend, who I'm going to refer to as Silver. Yes. She gives a lot to me, sometimes more than I give her credit for, which that's a lot of people nowadays. Like they don't realize this kind of stuff. Yeah, well, yeah, they don't realize how much they're being given without realizing that they're being given it. And like, and that's happened with me specifically with Silver giving to me. And Silver's not the only one. I've got several friends who have done this. Another channel called D9. Another friend of mine named Allison Perez. There's several people. This guy. I've always felt like giving back is kind of just a necessity. It's not, like, if you look at the big picture, but I've pushed myself to believe it is, and it causes a good outcome. What the heck are you doing? What are you kissing the camera? No, that's you kissing the audience.
No, that's me kissing Natalie from far away. My fiance.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Yeah, that was my first-hand response exactly.
So, thank you for putting me on the spot. I'm kidding. So, no. This to me, giving back is something that I love doing simply because I don't. I love seeing other people happy before myself. I love making sure that I can take my time to make an effect on another person. So let me give you an example. Two examples. Real quick. The other day, I had told my roommate, or my ex roommate, sorry.
Same difference.
Yeah.
Complex mate.
He's still like a roommate to me. Still like a roommate to me.
Fair enough.
So I had told him that I had brought some food for him back from work. But there's this lady. I was crossing to go to the bus stop since I do take the bus stop home. I'm not gonna say the place where I work or where I work right now. But um we'll we will refer to this place as the shack. And so I brought some food from the shack, and as I'm walking from the shack back to the bus stop, um, I decided that um, I'm going to as I was walking to the bus stop and I was about to cross the street to go to the bus stop, I ran into this lady, and this lady, I noticed at the last second that she was pregnant. And as I started walking, I heard this lady say, "I'm hungry. I have not eaten in 3 weeks." She was homeless. I could not help but to feel for the lady, knowing what it's like to go through that kind of a hard time. So I just turned around and I asked the lady. She was skin and bones, and I asked her, "When was Is it true that you have really only had you've you haven't eaten in 3 weeks?" She told me, "Yeah, and I'm pregnant, and I don't know if the baby's going to survive if it doesn't keep eating." So I looked back, and I had this feeling, I'm going to call it, that I needed to go and help. So I go back and I give her the 2 sandwiches that I had. And you know what? I was hungry at that time. But here's the thing, I knew that I was going to be able to go home and eat. I did not know when that lady was going to eat again, or if she was ever going to eat if I didn't help her. So I went and I gave her the sandwiches. She gave me the big nuggets and everything. And I know that's not much, but sometimes the smallest things are what can really make a difference in someone's life. Sometimes even a little hello can make someone's day. And that leads me to my next. That leads me to my next thing. There was an old man. He, I always see him coming through. Always so sweet, so nice. He comes to the drive-thru of the shack, and and he he stopped by that same day, and he just said, we were having a very, very, very bad day that day. I think everyone at work at the shack was having a very, very bad day that day. So he comes by and he says, I just wanted to come by and say hello just to everyone here. And to me, that was nice enough. And I felt inside my heart that I need to pay it forward. So I decided to pay for his meal. And the guy felt like he really, 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 really. He told me, thank you. I forgot my wallet. I didn't know what I was going to do. And so, I told him I was going to help him out that day. And then I also added two more things in there on me, two more items on me. And I guess my message for today is that when you give back, remember, you don't have to do something big. You don't have to give someone $1 million or whatever, or buy them a car or whatever. It's always the small things that make the biggest difference. David, before I close, do you have anything to say?
I could probably think of a couple things to add to that. I, when it comes to that kind of stuff, it does make me think of something I used to do. Different example that didn't come to my mind at first. So before moving to where I currently live, the complex itself, not the new apartment that I live at, I actually used to live in Arizona, and I worked for by complete choice. It wasn't like no pay or anything. It was more kind of a service thing for a Bishop Storehouse in Mesa, Arizona. And that actually did make me think of one particular experience that I almost forgot about. Similar enough to where I'm not going to go too much into detail about it to the last experience you said. Um, I guess the only difference is that, well, for those who know what a Bishop Storehouse is, it's, well, storehouse. um,
So for those of you, real quick, sir. So for
Go ahead.
those of you who real quick don't know, uh, I am. We are both members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, also known to the world as the Mormon Church. And one thing I can tell you is that this place is real quick. It's a place where people who do not have sufficient funds to meet the needs of life, they can go to this place with the permission of a bishop, and they can go and seek help.
Sometimes it's not even that. Like, there are people who aren't even part of the church who don't even know that they have to go to a bishop and they'll enter. It's, like, this is actually what I was going to talk about. Like, there was a woman who came by the storehouse there who was pretty much broke, didn't have any money. She had kids she had to watch out for, but she didn't have no money, but it, like an understatement on saying she didn't have any, basically. Um, and what ended up happening is we ended up providing more than enough food for her to last her at least a month while she could like go out and look for a job or something like that. And I don't know. The one thing, like, yes, I'm part of the church. I'll admit that, but I'm more under the point where I give and take what I get from that. I guess, rather than just full on belief of the whole church itself. I've gotten to that point, but one thing I do believe that the church has done right is stuff like that, service, which was kind of the main point of the video in the first place. That's kind of why I pointed it out. It's because that's what you made me think of when you explained your last example. It just made me think of that particular detail, that not particularly the church itself, because there are other places out there that I've had experiences with who do the same thing and definitely do it right, but it gives off the idea that there's always someone there for you, regardless of whether it's under that front or under like a coincidental front, I guess you could say. There's always someone there for you. And it just goes to show, like what you were saying earlier.
Small things.
The small things always make a big difference.
They do, and I wanna before I close, I wanna challenge everyone who's watching this video to go and pay forward something that good that has happened to you.
And if you can't do that, at least go forward and show some respects or kindness, a random act of kindness towards someone.
It doesn't have to be a big act of kindness. You don't have to go pay for someone's meal. A simple hello or a compliment can be okay. I can promise you that will make someone feel good. And to me, the problem with this world right now is the fact that there's less love and more hatred towards every type of human being there is.
I think the better phrase for that would have actually been less love and more lust. Like, they only seem to care about themselves. Yeah, actually, fair point.
So hatred in the sense where, you know what, I really, really, really feel like this world needs more love. So I'm giving a challenge out there to everyone who watches my video to go and do something for someone. I can promise you, you will make a difference yourself if you go and do that. That is the promise that I'm willing to make, because I know what happens. You may not see it at first, but I know what happens. And guys, well, we're up at 18 minutes now, or close to 18 minutes, and it is about 10:25 p.m.
I actually have to head back to my place soon, but I have to help him first with the thumbnail for this.
So, real quick, last thing before I close. This video, and I need to give respect and credit to where I found this. So there's two channels that I always watch that have been a big inspiration to me for this. It's Brawadis and his brother FaZe Rug. They're always giving back to their communities. And that's exactly why I decided to do this, because I felt like I made this video. It was because I felt like, it's not praised enough to me. The subject is not praised enough. Remember that you're loved, and that, I hope that you guys like watching my videos, and that it can put a smile on your face. And yeah, so we're gonna sign out now. I'm Christian.
And I'm Dave.
And we are out. Peace.